Dramatic breaking news in the Democratic primary. There are now one less candidate. We're down to 34. Kamala Harris is out, dropping out in early December. What month is it? December, early December. So yeah, breaking news came out just about 20 minutes ago. One of her staffers says, I don't think anyone on my team was expecting this. Really, not anybody? But it is really early, admittedly. Now we know that there was a really critical New York Times piece about chaos in her campaign. The past few weeks have seen any number of write-ups about her Iowa strategy continually being thrown off, money going in, then money fleeing to other states where she thought she might have a better chance. So it certainly has been chaotic. But I would not have put any money on her dropping out anytime soon.
So yeah, so Dave Weigel just tweeted that she now that she's dropped out, she had actually qualified for the December debate. Now no people of color are going to have qualified for the December debate, or no women of color.
Oh, no women. Okay, yeah.
Maybe it's not no women of color. Damn it, I'm gonna.
No, as of right now,
no people.
Just making sure.
Yep.
Well, Buttigieg. That's it. I'm kidding. Right. No, there's nobody. Yes.
But it reminds me a lot of what happened with Scott Walker in 2016, an establishment favorite who a lot of people thought would do really well. I thought that before I even worked here at TYT. I thought Scott Walker would do well because he had deep Koch brother money pockets. I also thought Kamala Harris would do well because she would gobble up all the establishment support while Bernie would gobble up the progressive support. Now she's dropping out really quickly, which is surprising. But often what did happen with Scott Walker in 2016 was he had all this donor money, he was flatlining in the polls, and he dropped out basically to save face and save that donor money. And I wonder if there's a similar dynamic with Kamala Harris.
Yeah. I mean, like my gut is, considering how young she is and ambitious she is, you combine those two things, she doesn't think that this is her last run for the presidency.
Right.
And as damaging as this run has been for any future run, actual vote totals in Iowa, New Hampshire, Nevada, whatever, would be worse. That might stick more. Like, she doesn't want to run in 2032. I don't even know if that's an election year. And then it's like, hey, remember when she came in 5th in Iowa and then came in 7th in New Hampshire? Like, she doesn't want that. That might be the reason, I don't know. There are certainly financial implications. It might be that she thinks it would be better for her to drop out early and throw her support behind one of the other candidates if she thinks they might become president. I mean, I don't necessarily think she's one who would want to like bolt for the VP slot or anything like that. But she might want to get in good with someone she thinks will become president. So there's a lot of different potential explanations.
Yeah, and also I'm sure that she's seeing that in her own home state, there's a very likely chance that she would not win in California, especially now that California has moved earlier in the primary process and is not going to be such a late surge. So that would be very potentially embarrassing early on in the vote totals. And yeah, I don't think she's going to endorse. I've been wrong on my instincts about her the entire time, but I don't think she's going to endorse quickly because I'm sure she's going to play a more calculated move and see how things play out. And I can't imagine being a sentient politician who says I'm going to throw my support behind Joe Biden at this point in the race.
At this point,
and
she's still in first.
And she's so publicly gone after him. I just can't see it. But then ideologically, who else would it be? Buttigieg? That's dumb.
Oh yeah,
but
I have a hard time.
That would be a perfect marriage of insufferability.
Yeah, that's true. Look, if Buttigieg ends up like getting like first in Iowa, then getting a surge going to New Hampshire and getting second or something, and starts doing well, I mean, I have a feeling he's going to have a rough month after that. But let's say he does really well. It's not impossible that in 4 months she endorses him. Partially it's that photo I'm looking at right now. I can't imagine it, but it's not impossible. I still think it's more likely that she would support Biden. Maybe if Biden started to crater and then suddenly it was Bernie and Warren, maybe she supports Warren begrudgingly?
Yes, that would be a kind of likely scenario. But again, it would have to be between Bernie and Warren.
Yeah. Okay,
forget how that the senators don't necessarily like Warren, the establishment Democrats.
Exactly, well, probably more than Bernie, I would imagine.
Well, yes, that's if it comes down to that, of course.
The only other question then is, so now where does her support go? Now, I don't want to be like a D about it, but there's not a ton of support to go anywhere, but there's a couple of points.
A D about it.
Well, you know, PG whatever, PG 10. So she's at a couple of points right now. Like recently, she was just eclipsed by Bloomberg. We're gonna be talking about that at the close of the show. But there's a couple of points, and that's not nothing. Where do we think that those points go?
Well, Buttigieg, right?
Yeah.
Biden, honestly. But there are a lot of girl boss, not smart Democrats, who vote based on identity.
You're being a D about it.
I'm being such a
kidding.
D.
So they
might
to
go to Warren.
Really? You think Warren?
Well,
okay.
I've
You don't
gone
think
to-
the search for Klobuchar? She doubles to.
We're talking about
3?
charisma, lack of it. Michael
Yeah.
Bloomberg, Amy Klobuchar, kind of tied.
Right now, Bennett's just rubbing his hands, thinking he's gonna get a few. Yeah, I think Buttigieg is gonna pop up a point. Maybe Warren's gonna get a point, and then that'll probably be it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, the debates will be a little bit less spicy, I guess, and we're certainly gonna have more like post-mortem over the next week or so about why she dropped out as early as she did.
What will Tulsi do? Who will she go after?
Buttigieg might have a rough debate, I guess. We'll see. You never know. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.